Welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get right to it. Well, welcome back to the channel. Today, looky what we went out and got. Ran out to Harbor Freight. Of all places, I looked on Amazon, eBay, couldn't compete. In my area anyhow, they couldn't compete. And got a pretty good deal on this. So let's open it up and let's see exactly what comes in this box, shall we? I already cut the tape off so I'd save some time. But this is the absolute unboxing. This is how it came in the package just now. We'll move this off to the side. I always keep the cardboard for working out in the garage when I'm working on, be it blue balls, happy, going for broke, whatever project truck I'm working on or car. And so this is what you get in the box. So we're going to put this together and we're going to take this little journey together. And as always, hey, if you find something on the channel that's worthwhile, it'd be great if you could do a like and a subscribe. Just if you like it, great. If not, okay. Okay, and that's what's inside the box next after you take this ramp off. So that is the kind of ramp that comes in it. I bought one of these years ago, and you had to do a whole lot more putting stuff together back then. They have really consolidated this quite a bit. I don't know why they insist on making this out of it's steel. On the one I've got on my other truck, which is blue balls, that's my plow truck, this whole base here has rusted, like horribly. Now the one that came with it years ago, I believe, was black, but it might have been grayish silver, and it rusted away to nothing so far, and maybe I painted it at some point, I don't remember. I doubt it. But this is what they sell, so not too shabby looking. You go down there in those comment sections, take a guess how much this ran me to go and pick it up at HF. Yeah, I got news for you folks. Anybody who's even watching, that is a beastly heavy thing. They have really beefed that up compared to the old one. And the welds are a little bit better than they used to be. They're not quite booger welds anymore. So here's what we find in this box. It is a piece of aluminum plating, some directions, and of course a huge package of supplies, hardware, reflectors, and whatnot. Now I had read reviews on multiple things about these being terrible to build. I'm here to tell you, this compared to the one I bought years ago is a cakewalk. The one I had years ago, you had to literally put all of this base together. They didn't sell it put together. You had to build it all yourself. Now it's just very straightforward. A few pieces you put together. I mean, if you've got a basic knowledge of a screwdriver, be it Phillips, flat, Allen key, whatever it is, torques that you need, this should be doable for most folks. And I wanted to say, I'm not shilling for Harbor Freight. I actually went out and spent my money on this. Like I said, there are no sponsors, although I wouldn't mind some, but there's no sponsors to the channel as far as, so you folks know. This literally came out of my pocket. Go down in the comments section, let me see what you think is what I'm trying to say. And since the last one that I bought, which like I said, is many years ago, I had to actually drive to an entire another city, a big city, quite a distance from me to buy it at their local HF because we didn't have one in our smaller town. Sorry about the camera being upside down. Hold on. And apologize for the camera being upside down. I just noticed it. They've beefed this up. There's definitely more girth in it. The slats, I'll show you my old one later. The slats are much tighter together. They are better positioned. I would have liked to have seen them done a little differently, but hey, for what if you have a mobility need, and you're disabled, handicapped, whatever you prefer to be the word. If you have a challenge in that way, I put pegboard on mine and zip tie it down. It's inexpensive. You can get the zip ties from Harbor Freight. You can go to your local mom and pop and or big box store and get pegboard for a very reasonable price. Heck, for that matter, you could use Luan plywood and just drill a few holes in it and put zip ties, big heavy duty ones through, like they use for holding up Coca-Cola and Pepsi signs and whatnot. They've got those at Harbor Freight. A bag of 8 or 10 is a couple bucks. And you put a few of those on there, and I use those also to roll up the ramp. Because you'll notice, a peek at this ramp, you'll notice that ramp your wheels on whatever you're putting, say for instance a snowblower, a mobility cart, a dolly, whatever it might be, is not going to work. So that's why I use pegboard or Luan plywood on it, and then I drill holes and use heavy duty zip ties. Point up the back metal plate, which is actually a nice piece of aluminum, and a front plate. And if I remember correctly, all those years ago, this is how it came also. If I remember correctly, that's what they did. This is how they came. They're actually very tasteful. I put my mobility carrier part inward because I don't like the name facing outward, because it gets rubbed and scraped off immediately. I know I'm going to swap out some of the directions here and change a few things, but that's just what I would like, my preferences. I noticed that they have now added quite a number of these anchoring points. I'm guessing what those are going to be will be the tools you're going to need for this job, and that's one of them, a razor blade or a set of sharp scissors, because you're going to have to cut a lot of snaps and pieces, and this bag needed to be cut open. So you get 2 reflectors. Not bad. I mean, and I would imagine they probably have holes drilled for that at some point. You'll see them, or they stick on. Nope, they're drilled holes. You can see it. One thing I did not grab while I was in my basement was a set of wrenches to be able to do this. So, no, they have not beefed them up. The holes are huge, you'll notice. See what I mean? The holes are huge in the aluminum, but the hooks are as dinky as can be. It's kind of a shame. Now, the gal at my local HF said there wasn't a hitch pin in it, but clearly, folks, there's a hitch pin right here. So maybe they're going to start sending them without a hitch pin, and plus this hitch pin looks awfully, awfully short, if you'll notice it. But that's okay, because I already have some, but I'll just put this in my box with all my extra ones. And unless Hallmaster, providing this for HF, Harbor Freight, unless they have changed, every one of these components is going to rust. Every one of them. Because the last kit I bought, it all rusted horribly. Every pin, every bolt, it's all rusted. So don't expect too much. I don't think you could literally purchase the steel, the aluminum, and everything else to build this for what you're able to buy these for. Even if you bought it on Amazon. It comes tastefully machined. All the parts are here, I hope. They provide you quite a number of these, which, by the way, are used for reflectors. Now, on my OEM one, original Hallmaster, they came with reflectors, but only, you'll notice there's no holes drilled. Oh, nope, there's 2 of them. Sorry, scratch that. My bad. There you go. There's the 2 with the holes. This is pretty self-explanatory, and it's a joy to actually put together. It's not that hard, and I'm going to show you as we go step by step. Okay, so the first thing you're going to get is very interesting and specific general safety rules, carrier use and carrier rules, more general safety rules plus specific safety rules, and then you're going to finally get to the directions. How nice of them, huh? And read the entire safety information before beginning this. Okay. Step 1, set the bed 1 on flat secure work area and able to support weight of carrier. Well, I've got it on a hardwood floor in the house, so I think we'll be okay. 2, use a small bolt nut to connect all supports from the bed. So they're showing you in the image. It's pretty self-explanatory. So we'll go ahead and we'll start following along with that. Okay, so what for you will seem like just mere seconds took me a little while. I needed to go get some tools out. Here's the thing so far. So you want to leave these ends. You can see, you can hear it. They're kind of floppy because you're going to now attach it to the top piece, which is right there. Well, if you're a human being and you make mistakes like I do, I put this over here in this corner. B should be way down on the other end. I'll go do that and swap them. On this step of the process, I would highly recommend that you make sure all these little upright pieces of aluminum are on the inside of the track. Because if you forget, you're kind of SOL. You got to go back and do it all over again. It's screws and bolts, and here's what the bolts look like. They're just little tiny bolts. And therein lies the problem. They are very painful on the hands. So if you're up there in a few years, or you've had an injury or something with your hands or your back or something, you may have trouble building this thing. These screws, because of the way the channel is built, where my finger is, you see it, it goes up inside this channel. Man, is this a real pita getting your fingers in there to bend them to hold that tiny little nut. Now you'll notice I'm not jimmy jamming these things down till I strip the heads. I'm just doing them to snug them up a bit. And then I'll have to do it with a hand screwdriver. Okay folks, here it is. This is when you start putting the bolts in on the bottom. You'll notice I have one hole left right there. Kind of tricky to get to this. You've got to take this little bolt, and it has to go up through the bottom, up towards you to push the washer and nut onto it and thread it. So, I will show it once you get to that point. I will show you once you get to that point. Words. You'll notice I have the reflectors on. There's one there and one over there. I literally just barely thumb tightened these because you're just going into plastic and it'll shatter. Everything else is tightened all the way around the frame. I already kind of gave a step-by-step and showed you a little bit on that as I went. This isn't a tutorial of absolute everything. I was just kind of giving an overview of an unboxing and how to put it together. Because as you can see, it'll be quite cumbersome to have that on this big old rack. Plus this heavy I know people are saying that they bend these. Man, you've got to be putting some heavy duty steel or something. You know, you got to be putting a lot of weight on here. Maybe like bags of cement and overdoing it to bend this unit. Because this steel section in the center, it is massive heavy. This is not a light piece of steel. And that looks to be like a hitch steel. Maybe it's a little thinner than the hitch steel would normally be. But that is a massive piece that you've got going on here. For some observations. Bolting in all these bolts, not so easy. But this really, that's great folks, just pointing out something. This, I've already caught myself on twice on the opposite side. It's at all four corners because they gave too long and they didn't give enough spacers or whatever. So, I mean, you're constantly catching yourself on that. That is not safe. And all the bolts stick out the bottom there, so you're going to catch yourself taking it on and off. As if the car is putting the brakes on. Hold on. All of a sudden, they go from using a Phillips to using, I'm guessing that's an Allen head or a square head. Hello, why wouldn't you just use a Phillips screw? That makes no sense. So yes, FYI, it is a 4mm Allen key. Hey, got news for you. Is this, Hallmaster? Provide the Allen key with it. Luckily, I happen to have lots of tools. The average Joe may not have these. So it is a 10mm box end open and wrench, and I believe I just said a 4mm Allen key. You know, another thought abstractly. Clearly, I like this product because this is yet another time that I've purchased it and am building another one. You really do get a lot of usage out of this. As a pastime halftime show, let's do this one. Do not ride in vehicle being loaded or unloaded. Load and unload vehicle slowly according to the manual and instructions. Do not use if carrier is higher than 12.5 inches from bottom of ramp. Follow the DOT guidelines for installation and use. Do not exceed 500 pound capacity. Be aware of dynamic loading. Sudden load movement may briefly create excess load causing product failure. Do not exceed 55 miles per hour while carrier is attached. Remove this ramp and secure load before moving. Okay, if you remove the ramp and secure the load before moving, how do you ever get somewhere? Because they're saying remove the ramp and secure the load. Turn the vehicle off and ignition off and set parking brake before loading and unloading. Keep this ramp clean. Use as intended only. Inspect before each use. Do not use if parts are loose or damaged. Wear ANSI approved safety goggles and heavy duty work gloves during installation and use. You better read that manual for carrier and manual for vehicle. So you read both of them before loading and before installation and/or use. Remove the ramp and secure load before moving.